Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to week number 5 of our Pokemon VGC Draft League. And this week we are playing against Nattomeister, coach of Team Clean Energy. Um, so yeah, this is our VGC Draft League. This week I'm expecting it to be pretty difficult. I've seen Nattomeister. He's a pretty good battler, and he has a really good team. And just to update y'all on the standings, I am now officially in first place by myself. I am at 8-2, and our win against Splatty last week solidified first place for us. Lofus ended up losing, so he dropped down to second place, and we're in a very good position right now. So we just got to keep that lead. We just got to keep winning and drop as few games as we possibly can. Um, Honestly, that puts a lot of pressure on me, and if I'm being completely honest with you guys, I have been extremely busy these past few weeks. If you didn't know, I'm a senior in high school and I'm graduating this coming Friday, so I have been extraordinarily busy, um, just handling all the graduation stuff. But we made it. We built the team. Unfortunately, I did have to gen one of my Pokemon in, or I had to get it from a genner. But Raichu here had to be genned in because I didn't have a simple way to get an Alolan Raichu. But it's okay, I'm fine with just a few every now and then just to save me some time. But as for Nattomeister and his team, his restricted is Groudon. So, if you didn't know, Groudon is a very defensively bulky, hard-hitting physical attacker that sets up Drought. So what Drought does is or his ability is Drought, and that sets up the Sun. So you can expect to see a weather team here. Um, and he has a pretty decent weather team, if I'm being honest. Not the best, definitely beatable, but he's got a pretty good weather team for Sun specifically. Unfortunately, on our team, we don't really have anything that can counter Sun that well. Whimsicott does not learn Rain Dance. It learns Sunny Day, but it does not learn Rain Dance. That would have been great to know, or great to have, but it just doesn't get it, which is unfortunate. But as many people would expect who are caught up in the VGC meta, Groudon comes with Venusaur, and he did pick Venusaur as his second pick. Venusaur, very popular Pokemon, gets Chlorophyll, which means its speed is doubled in Sun. So Venodon is what this combo is called, and it is very scary because you get a very fast, hard-hitting Venusaur. And then honestly, his next Pokemon is probably the most problematic for my team, and that's Togekiss. Togekiss is Flying Fairy type, and when the game first came out, it was one of the best Pokemon in the meta. It gets things like Follow Me, Air Slash. You can run Crit Kiss, where you get crits all the time. You can run Serene Grace, where you get flinches and all kinds of annoying stuff. It gets things like Encore. Um, and Togekiss is just extremely annoying. And Togekiss is a really good counter to Yveltal. So I nearly am 100% positive he's going to be bringing Togekiss to this matchup. He has Wheezing. Wheezing is known for you running Levitate to avoid ground type, super effective ground type moves, or neutralizing gas, which gets rid of all abilities. Which I don't really see Wheezing being that big of a problem for my team. He has Riolu, which might sound weird at first, but Riolu has Prankster, the ability Prankster. So Riolu can use things like coaching to boost his teammates' attack and defense by one stage with priority. And then another very annoying and powerful mon that he has is the Latios. Latios, very good support mon, gets Tailwind, Ally Switch, can hit really hard with Draco Meteors or Psychics. I think it even gets Trick Room. Let me confirm this. But Latios is definitely very problematic. Um, Not looking forward to seeing Latios, but he most definitely brings it. He might be a little scared since Latios is a Psychic type to bring it because of Yveltal, and Latios does not get Trick Room, so we don't have to worry about that. Um, but Latios could definitely be a problem even if he brings it. Even though he has like the bad matchup here, I think he could still bring Latios and do well with it. Um, Next Pokemon is Magnezone. Magnezone is Steel, electric type that hits very hard, relatively slow, but has very powerful special attack. Can hit really hard with Flash Cannons or Thunderbolts. Um, Gets things like Magnet Pull or Sturdy or Analytic. Three really good abilities, honestly. And Magnet Zone is definitely a problem for Yveltal. That's one of our biggest things we have to worry about. Then he has Silvally. Silvally is a very balanced Pokemon. Has like, I believe it's 95 stats all the way across the board. That might be it. Maybe it's 85. It has the same stat all the way across the board. But it can be any type, depending on what RKS item it is holding. So that's what makes it scary. Honestly, if I were to guess a type, it would probably be Silvally Fairy. He really needs ways to counter Yveltal, and Fairy is the way to do it. And then he has Mr. Rhyme. I'm not too concerned about Mr. Rhyme. I'm not gonna set up screens or anything, so I don't really expect Mr. Rhyme to come in. He has Azelf. Uh, Azelf could be problematic. Azelf is a really good Psychic type mythical Pokemon. I'm pretty sure Azelf gets Trick Room. Um, let me pull it up. Let me take a look at Azelf real quick. Azelf, once again, Azelf's a really scary bring for him because it's just pure Psychic type. It does get Trick Room, it gets Trick, does it get Ally Switch? It does get Ally Switch. It's a lot of supportive things. Um, One thing I'm really scared about is he could send out Azelf Togekiss turn 1 and then get a for sure Trick Room off. That is pretty nerve-wracking, and then he would have, since I'm definitely going to be outspeeding him, Trick Room is the way he would probably want to go with this, but Azelf is his only Trick Room setter. And then, when we get into his alternative picks, he has Urshifu Rapid Strike, so fighting water type, can hit through Protect. I gotta remember that. I always forget that they can hit through Protect, but I gotta do my best to remember that. Not too concerned about Urshifu. Yveltal handles it pretty well. A lot of Pokemon on my team handle it really well. And he has Krokorok, which is just like Krookodile, the pre-evolution of Krookodile. Gets Intimidate. That's all he really does. I am not too concerned about that one. Okay, so now that we know his team, let's talk about what I decided to bring. Of course, we have Yveltal. We're running Life Orb Yveltal, and we are actually running physical Yveltal set with Lash Out, Dual Wing Beat, Rock Slide, and Protect. Same thing as last week. Now, my explanation for this one is that I need a way to handle Togekiss. Togekiss is a huge, huge problem. But a Max Rockfall from Yveltal should always kill Togekiss. I did some calcs. I'm pretty sure it always kills as long as he doesn't Dynamax. If he's fully invested in bulk, then it probably... I don't think it kills. I don't think it kills if he's fully invested. But he would also have to prep for me being physical Yveltal, which is very risky, because if my opponent preps for me being physical, then they leave special open, and then if I decide to run special, I could sweep them. But it's a lot of mind games with Yveltal, very scary. We're running Adamant, mostly speed investment, a little bit of HP, just take that extra bit of bulk. We're EV to outspeed Venusaur, Chlorophyll Venusaur, when we have a Tailwind up. So all of my Pokemon should be outspeeding Venusaur as long as we have Tailwind up. Which leads me to my next Pokemon, which is Whimsicott. Yveltal, Whimsicott Core. We got Dazzling Gleam, Protect, Taunt, and Tailwind. This actually, I'm running Focus Sash this time, by the way. Um, it's actually the first time I've run Protect on Whimsicott, and I feel like I want to keep Whimsicott alive more in this one, because I feel like getting those Dazzling Gleams off and taunting could be really good for us. And the strategy I have right now is I have to... I don't know. If Azelf Togekiss comes together turn 1, that could be probably the worst case scenario for us. I haven't really been planning around Trick Room. I could throw Trick Room on Whimsicott if I really wanted to, but that seems risky. I'm gonna think about that a little bit before I go into that match, so that might end up changing. I might switch out Taunt for Trick Room on Whimsicott. Then we have Cinderace. So Cinderace is returning. This time we're running Assault Vest Cinderace, so a little bit of bulk Cinderace, max attack, max speed with a little bit of special defense, and then we're running Iron Head, Powerball, Sucker Punch, High Jump Kick. Cinderace's purpose here is to be able to come in and 1v1 both the Groudon and the Venusaur. If he gets in that situation, he's going to come in and back and he's going to clean up. He can 1v1 Venusaur. I'm pretty sure he can take an Earth Power from this range and then hit a huge Pyro Ball on the Venusaur to kill. And I'm pretty sure Pyro Ball might kill Groudon and Sun, or it'll get really close. Cinderace is extremely powerful, so I would be willing to expect that. And then we have Tapu Koko. We're running Air Balloon Tapu Koko, so he can't be hit by Groudon or Venusaur without getting hit by another move first. This way, that the Groudon has to think before he just like clicks Precipice Blades over and over. With Air Balloon, he has to consider his options a lot more. Max Special Attack, Max Speed, and we're running Dazzling Gleam, Thunderbolt, Grass Knot. So Grass Knot for the Groudon, obviously. Grass Knot does about like 95%, I think, which is unfortunate, but if we get a high roll, I'm pretty sure it kills. Um, Dazzling Gleam just for a little bit of coverage on everything to break focus sashes and such. Thunderbolt for Togekiss. Um, and then I decided to bring Hawlucha. So Hawlucha with Acrobatics, Drain Punch, Ally Switch, Rock Slide with the Electric Seed as always, and we're running Max Attack, a little bit of speed, a little bit of HP. And we're running Rock Slide just for flinches if we ever need it, also for the Togekiss, Acrobatics for Venusaur, Drain Punch for Magnezone. So Hawlucha has a lot of coverage for like the really big hitters on his team. Um, and I decided to bring Raichu as well this time. So this is Raichu's first appearance, and he also does the same thing. He has Surge Surfer, so his ability makes him double his speed in electric terrain. We're running max special attack, max speed with a little bit of HP with the expert belt, and Raichu is running pure coverage, so he's going to be hitting, he's going to be covering like every mon that he could possibly bring, except for the psychic types. But he will be hitting very hard, especially in electric terrain or tailwind. So that is the team I've decided to bring. The biggest things I'm scared about is Azelf plus Togekiss to set up a Trick Room. That could beat us. Or him bringing both Latios and Azelf could be kind of tricky, because then if we lose Yveltal, we don't really have a solid counter for his Psychic types. But my plan here is to lead Yveltal Whimsicott and keep Yveltal alive as long as he can, and just dish out as much damage. We can get rid of the Togekiss, we can get rid of the Venusaur. We can do massive damage to the Groudon. I don't know if we can one-shot the Groudon. Definitely not when he's Dynamaxed, but we can do a lot of damage to him. Now for predictions. If I were to predict who he's going to bring, one of the teams I would say is Groudon Venusaur. I expect him to bring Groudon Venusaur. He's brought it every time to every other battle he's had. And it's just a smart thing to do. It's a good core. He has to bring Togekiss. There's no world where he doesn't bring Togekiss. If he doesn't bring Togekiss, I think he just loses, in my opinion. Togekiss is really his only hope in this battle. Magnezone. He has to bring Magnezone. Very good counter to Yveltal. Hurts a lot of my team. Can do a lot of damage to Tapu Koko, which Tapu Koko can't do anything back to him, really. He beats Whimsicott. He beats Hawlucha. He beats Clytzer. He beats all kinds of a lot of my teammates. So I expect him to bring Magnezone. The next one's kind of iffy. Silvally or maybe Azelf or maybe Latios. I expect him to bring one of those three. Silvally, Azelf, or Latios. Now that I think about it more, I kind of expect Azelf more than Silvally. But I feel like him bringing Silvally Fairy will really help him. So that's kind of what I'm expecting for that. And then I think he just brings Urshifu just because Urshifu's a really good mon. Hits really hard, can run Focus Sash, and deal a lot of damage with really no repercussion. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. We have our battle in about an hour and a half. You guys will see the battle a day after this video goes up. But right now we're in first place, and I am determined to keep that position. So hopefully we can go in there. Best case scenario, we win 2-0. I'd like to shout out Nattomeister because we've had a really hard time scheduling this. We've both been really busy, and he's actually having to wake up at 6 in the morning to battle me. So I appreciate that from Nattomeister, and if you're watching this, shout out to you. And good luck to you, and I will see you guys in the battle. Peace.